Hello everyone, my name is Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about Harrod-Domar growth model with MCQ, especially for UGC Net in economics. We will see meaning, assumptions, Harrod views like actual growth rate, warranted growth rate, natural growth rate, knife edge equilibrium, Domar views, diagram of Domar views, criticism, application of this model with MCQ. So let's start it. What is Harrod-Domar model? This model independently given by British economist Sir Roy Harrod in 1939 and Russian American economist Harrod-Domar in 1946. According to this model, investment have dual effect. For example, investment increase aggregate demand which generate income in economy. It will be called demand effect of investment. Investment also expand productive capacity of economy by expanding capital stock. It will be called supply effect of investment. So according to this model, investment have dual effect. This model is based on experience of advanced capitalist economics, and according to this model, there is two key factors which play important role in economic growth: saving and investment. First 5-year plan of India was based on Harrod-Domar model because this plan mainly focus on role of saving and investment for economic growth. Key assumptions of Harrod-Domar model are: there is full employment in economy, closed economy, that means there is no international trade, there is no government intervention, capital output ratio will remain same. For stability, saving will always equal to investment, there is no time lag, that means saving, investment, income will change within same time period without any delay. Average propensity to save is equal to marginal propensity to save and both are constant. There is no depreciation, homogeneous capital, that means all capital goods are same. First of all, we will see Harrod views. Harrod talk about three types of growth. First is actual growth rate. We can calculate actual growth rate by dividing change in income with actual income. Delta Y, change in income, Y, actual income. For example, change in income 30, actual income 100, 0.3 will be called actual growth rate of economy. According to this model, for stability, saving must be equal to investment. With the help of this equation, we will see how saving equate with investment. G represent actual growth rate which is equal to delta Y over Y. C represent capital output ratio which is equal to delta K over delta Y. Delta K change in capital, delta Y change in output. S represent saving income ratio, or you can say that S represent average propensity to save which is equal to S over Y. S saving, Y income. Now we will put the value of each variable. G equal to delta Y over Y, C equal to delta K over Y, S equal to S over Y. This and this will cancel out. As we know, overall change in capital is equal to investment, that means delta K is equal to I. That's why in place of delta K we can write I, and S or Y will come in this side. Now our equation will look like this. This and this will cancel out. Only two determinant is remaining, investment and saving, which are equal to each other, because according to Harrod, for stable economic growth, saving should equal to investment. Second growth rate according to Harrod is warranted growth rate. Warranted growth rate is a full capacity growth rate. Warranted growth rate is a full capacity growth rate, or you can say that warranted growth rate is a growth rate where economy is working at their full capacity. Warranted growth rate is equal to S over CR. S is saving income ratio. CR is capital needed to maintain warranted growth rate. That means our saving should enough to accumulate capital which needed to achieve warranted growth rate. Obviously, saving eventually invested, we accumulate capital through saving. So, our saving should enough to accumulate capital so that we can achieve warranted growth rate, because warranted growth rate is full capacity growth rate of economy. Next growth rate according to Harrod, natural growth rate. Natural growth rate required to maintain full employment in economy. natural growth rate required to maintain full employment in economy, and natural growth rate determined by natural conditions such as labor forces, natural resources, capital, equipment, and technical knowledge. Condition to achieve stability in economy. In order to achieve stability, actual growth rate should equal to warranted growth rate. At the same time, C should be equal to CR. We have already discussed about what are C and CR in this equation, C and CR. So, in order to achieve stability, actual growth rate should equal to warranted growth rate. At the same time, C should be equal to CR. If actual growth rate is more than warranted growth rate, then economy will experience inflation and shortage of capital goods. On the other hand, if warranted growth rate is more than actual growth rate, then economy will experience recessionary gap with high rate of unemployment, decreased investment, and increased deflation. In this diagram, you can see on x-axis we have time period, y-axis we have growth rate. This is actual growth rate, this is a warranted growth rate. At E point, both growth rate are equal to each other. After E point, you can see actual growth rate is more than warranted growth rate. In this diagram, you can see warranted growth rate is more than actual growth rate. What is a knife edge equilibrium in this model? When actual growth rate, warranted growth rate, and natural growth rate all are equal to each other, it will be called knife edge equilibrium in this model. When actual growth rate, warranted growth rate, and natural growth rate all are equal to each other, it will be called knife edge equilibrium in this model. But why it called knife edge equilibrium? Because this is extremely unstable condition. Any deviation from this balance will move away economy from equilibrium path. It seems like we are trying to balance an object with sharp edge of a knife. That's why it is called knife edge equilibrium. As we know, this model independently given by Harrod and Domar. We have already discussed about Harrod views. Now we will see Domar views. Domar gives so much importance to investment. According to Domar, investment have dual effect, demand side effect and supply side effect. Investment increase aggregate demand which generate income in economy. It will be called demand side effect. Investment also increase productive capacity of economy by expanding capital stock. It will be called supply side effect. This equation represents demand side effect. This equation represents supply side effect. YD effective demand, net investment, margin of propensity to save. As margin of propensity to save increase means saving increase, then effective demand fall means these both have inverse relation. But as net investment increase, effective demand increase, that means these both have positive relation. Supply side equation, Ys equal to sigma k, Ys level of output, sigma productive capacity of capital, k real capital. Level of output depend on productive capacity of capital and real capital. And according to Domar, for stability, demand side must be equal to supply side. Now we will see diagram of Domar. Income, saving and investment. This blue line shows saving. This red line I0, I1, I2 shows investment. These two black lines Y, P0, Y1, P1 shows productive capacity of capital. Initial equilibrium point E0 where income OY and the saving E0Y. We will invest this saving means with this saving we will accumulate more capital. As a result, investment increase from Y0 to Y1 and our new equilibrium point is E1 where our income increase from Y to Y1. How much income will increase in economy? It all depend on productive capacity of capital. Here our saving is E1, Y1. We again invest this saving and accumulate more capital. Again investment will increase from Y1 to Y2 and our new equilibrium point is E2. Here income increase from Y1 to Y2 and how much income increase all depend on productive capacity of capital, and this process will remain continue. But productive capacity of capital play very important role because how much income will increase in economy mainly depend on productive capacity of capital. Now we will see criticism of this model. According to this model, capital output ratio is constant, but in reality, capital output ratio is not constant. According to this model, average propensity to save is constant, but in reality, this is not constant. Prices are not constant, but this model assumes prices are constant. According to this model, no intervention of government, but government play very important role. This model ignore labor productivity, technological innovation. This model is based on closed economy. That's why ignore international trade. As we know, international trade play very important role. This model is based on experience of advanced capitalist economy. That's why little applicable in underdeveloped countries. Now we will see application of this model. Government can use this model to set saving and investment target in order to achieve desired economic growth rate. This model explains why countries with low saving rate struggle to grow. Obviously, saving is very important. According to this model, through saving we can accumulate capital. This model highlight importance of increasing saving rate and capital accumulation for economic growth. This model explains dual role of investment. This model highlight instability in economy. For example, this model highlight what will be happen when actual growth rate is more than a warranted growth rate. Now we will see some questions. Warranted growth rate according to Harrod-Domar model refer, as we know, warranted growth rate is full capacity growth rate where economy is working at their full capacity. So a right option is B. All saving absorb into investment and ensuring full capacity utilization. Major criticism, or you can say the limitation of Harrod-Domar model, it's assume, as we know, Harrod-Domar model assume fixed capital output ratio. In reality, capital output ratio is not fixed. How capital output ratio can remain fixed? So this is a major limitation of Harrod-Domar model. So C is our right option, fixed capital output ratio. Which 5-year plan of India was based on Harrod-Domar model? According to first 5-year plan of India, saving and investment are important tool for economic growth. And Harrod-Domar model mainly focus on saving and investment for economic growth. So, first 5-year plan of India was based on Harrod-Domar model. Our right option is C. Which of following statement is true about Harrod-Domar model? Government play very important role. No, Harrod-Domar model assume there is no intervention of government. So, this is wrong. International trade help to accumulate capital. Harrod-Domar model is based on closed economy. Harrod-Domar model don't talk about international trade. So this also wrong. Investment has dual effect, supply side and demand side. This is true. Economy grow with increasing return to scale. No, Harrod-Domar model assume constant return to scale, not increasing. So this is also wrong. Our right option is B. Only third statement is right for Harrod-Domar model. Which statement best describe knife edge problem in Harrod-Domar model? We have already discussed about, according to knife edge equilibrium, actual growth rate, warranted growth rate and natural growth rate all are equal to each other. And slight deviation from this point lead economy away from equilibrium path. It seems like we are trying to sharp an object through the edge of a knife. So our right option is slight deviation from the equilibrium growth lead cumulative instability, means move away economy from equilibrium path. So our right option is C. This is all about today's video. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, take care.